From YouTube, John Ventura said hey.
Testing? Alright. Hello. Hey John, how you doing? Thanks for the list of places to buy Gunpla from. We're gonna have to like spend a while like comparing one to the other just to figure out which one's the best price. Hold up. Alright, I think we're good. Okay. So, today, we're building this. This is a 1/72 scale TIE Interceptor model kit from Bandai, made in 2016. It's a Star Wars kit, obviously. I don't know, well, some people... Star Wars is kind of old, I mean... They keep being remade by Disney these days, but I don't think a lot of people watch the originals. Well, we're still alive, but I feel like a minority these days. Yeah, this is a Star Wars kit. The box is kind of light. It is a bit worrisome because usually these are they are usually like very packed with parts. But again, TIE Interceptor is kind of like skinny for a spaceship. It's just a ball and then a few things. So maybe it's fine. I haven't opened the box yet, so I don't know. Hopefully this isn't... I didn't buy this from HLJ or anywhere. Like, so there's no... It was from Amazon, so like there's no guarantee about the inside. It could be like it's missing parts. Hopefully not. But yeah, this is a... these are actual screenshots. I don't know, actual pictures from the mall. I thought it was like pictures from the movie. So you can see all the fine details. Of course, this is like painted things here. Let me focus. Yeah, clear frame canopies. I guess, what does that mean? Oh, I guess you have like one without the glass essentially, and one's like, well, one's on one with the glass. So without the glass, you can like, well, there's nothing in between. It's just like a frame, and this one is with the glass. So you have like your laser effect, seated pilot, which is not. It's just the TIE Interceptor. This isn't like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, which is like bulkier than this, I guess. This one's a single-seater model, which makes it like, you gotta remember in the story, faster and better on this on a regular TIE Fighter. Oh, it's a TIE. Okay, the TIE different from the TIE Fighter. TIE Fighters, original TIE Fighters were like had not pointed. So I guess I'm missing the TIE Fighter. I found I had most of the Star Wars stuff. So I guess I'm missing the regular TIE Fighter. I got the TIE Interceptor, but not the TIE Fighter. The regular TIE Fighter is like braces, just brackets in space with a ball in between. So basically it's the, well, kind of like a ball from Gundam, but a bit more vicious. Yeah, so this one basically has like pointy bits. That's the difference between the TIE Fighter and the Interceptor. But yeah, like I said, the box is kind of light, so I don't know if the parts are all there. Hopefully they are. You get a few more things on this side, not much else on the other side, not much else on that side. Yeah, most of the details are here. Like the Star Wars kits by Bandai are usually extremely detailed. And yeah, like way more detail like any of the American kits or any other kits really that are out there, which is like, put some effort. Like the like the schematics exist. If they're doing a collaboration with Lucasfilms or Disney or whatever, they would have access to all the like highly detailed 3D scans or even the original models that were created. So you can make like very detailed scans. So it's like it's a mystery like why people can't. Like the quality that Bandai does isn't magic. It's doable. They just choose to not give us better quality. But yeah. Anyway, images from the film, blah blah blah. Alright, let's get this open and start building before I start rambling some more. Alright, open. Now we're gonna verify that we have parts. So yeah, Star Wars, like this is like shows that the quality is higher. Like they give you normally they give you like naked cardboard for the inside box, but like for Star Wars kits you have like black glossy thing. The box is a bit beat up, it's quite old. It's from 2016, but I think I bought it like pretty much when it came out. Alright, so
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said hello.
hey Marcel, how you doing? Alright. Yeah, today we're building this thing, Star Wars kit. I'm probably going to pick the next kit instead of doing the vote. I probably should have done that. Well, it's a bit too late now. Or you guys can just yell out and comment what you want me to build next. If you feel like you can try to see if you can have it. Yeah, this is like, it's kind of, yeah, it's small. Very few instructions, I didn't expect that. You get a full stand, though. Plus the rest, okay, we need to verify that we have all the parts here. Okay, yeah, that's like very few parts, what the hell? That's like very, very few parts. But then again, yeah, the TIE Interceptor is like, there's not a lot going on. Yeah. Oh well. Still very detailed, but like not a lot going on. It's like very small, very like minimal. And yeah, in the story, like the films, they do mention that TIE fighters and whatnot, they're not like long range vessels. It's not like a X-wing which somehow can make the trip to Dagobah. It doesn't have like a what was it? Light speed thing, whatever it is. I don't think it's a warp drive. Basically make it jump to like light speed. It can't do that. So it has to have a base of operations like a
From YouTube,
thing.
Marcel Mendieta said better, and you? I like this TIE fighter.
Yeah, well, am I okay? That's an age-old question. But yeah, I'm surviving. But yeah, it's a like the regular TIE fighter doesn't have the points. It is like an octagon here. It's not pointy. That's the main difference, I think, between the Interceptor and the regular TIE fighter. It's 172 scale, which is, I mean, there's a whole, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit small scale. I'll need to find like an X-wing to compare in size. I'm gonna go find, well, once I'm done with buildings, I'm gonna go find an X-wing that I build. I think it's also 172 scale. And we can compare the size. Yeah. So let's get these parts. It does seem like we have all the parts. I was worried that we didn't have all the parts in here for some reason. Because the box was very light. It felt that there might have been some things missing here. So we got ourselves a nice base, which is kind of like a little section from the Death Star there, the surface of the Death Star. And this is A2. We got A2. Oh, I guess. Hold up. 2014. So I'm guessing this is a runner reuse from the TIE Fighter. The main difference here is the wings are different. Well, they're not wings, technically. You got your, not beam sabers, but beam effects. Here, again, 2014, so yeah, it is reused from the TIE Fighter kit. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove this thing. Oh, that's way too bright.
From YouTube, John Ventura said, Ike, what to build next? XD.
Give me a second here. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Sometimes... Good enough. Alright. Yeah. I have a... I'm starting to run out of, like, simpler kits. So eventually at some point I'm going to start, like, building more complicated kits. But right now I feel like I don't have the energy for that. So we got a sheet of water slide decals for the TIE Interceptor. Some of these I think... Yeah, they're like inner panels, so basically like the inside of the thing there. Like little markings for the inside, I think, maybe. So we got our panels for the wing here, we got our pilot, we got an outline of a pilot. This is just for scale, I guess. This guy is kind of huge. It's a really big guy. Most of them have like cutouts of the character. Like I think the only one has an actual small figure is the TIE Fighter, Luke Skywalker's TIE Fighter is the only one that has like actual Luke Skywalker little figure, standing figure for the outside. Whereas most of the other Star Wars kits have just this little cutout thing. Alright, so this part D, C, okay. And then the base. So we need to have just making sure we got all the parts. The clear parts, B1 and B2, as well as you also get, that's not the thing about the Star Wars kits. They give you stickers as well as water slide decals in case you're not comfortable with decals, so they give you the stickers as an alternative, so you can stick those on there. These are thin stickers, they're not foil stickers, so they sometimes break, and some of them seem to be like unsticking. Yeah, this is a very old kit. I think like, yeah, this probably I got this probably in 2018 or 17, I can't remember. But these stickers are quite old, they might not stick as well. So at some point, well, some of these parts you're better off painting rather than trying to get these decals on there. A bit too bright. Alright, so I guess we got all the parts. Yeah, it's a very simple kit though. I was kind of thinking it'd be a bit more complicated. Alright, so we can start building then with step 1. Do not separate from sprue until ready to assemble. Yeah, right. That's if I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna nip the whole thing off. Well, maybe. Anyway, I guess we can do this part at least, because running D is simple enough. Like you're not gonna confuse this with anything else. So get all the parts off here. Including this cutout guy.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said it's the Star Wars version of the ball. Still a flying coffin.
Yep. Exactly. It's a ball with like the Empire just like trying to reduce cost as minimum, like the most effective shape in space if you want to like distribute the tension, the surface tension of the vacuum. Here's a ball. So, which means that you would have. Oh, hold on. I'm putting some stuff away here. Anyway, yeah, like it's just it's a most efficient way to like distribute like the forces of the air inside. Although I don't think it's pressurized, it might be just like this guy might be in a spacesuit already, so he's like in the vacuum. So yeah, basically, yeah, flying coffin, exactly what it is. It's a bit sad they just give you little cutouts of the shape of the characters rather than the actual characters. Guy's kind of large though. For some 172 scale, it's kind of big. Right, so make a pile of whatever these parts are. I feel like this thing's gonna go very fast. Alright, so we need now from A. Yeah, very, very small runners. I wasn't expecting that. Back of the seat. Let's get A8. Did I not have... Where's my file? There we go. Oh. Well, the thing about like the Star Wars kits, they are all different scales, like 172, 114, 148. Basically, it's all over the place. It's all like multiples of 12s usually, which kind of, I don't know. I do have like the Millennium Falcon in one of the kits. I think it's by default the one they sell. Like this isn't high grade. It's like higher than high grade though. There's no grade information on this. It's 172 scale, but like but higher than high grade. That's usually what I would say Star Wars kits are, at least the Bandai ones. And there's the Millennium Falcon one is 144, which makes it kind of on the small side. But they do exist. I do have the perfect grade Millennium Falcon, which is like 172 scale, I think. So you can compare it to like the rest of the kits, the 172 scale, X-Wing, and I guess the TIE Fighter. But like, so you can make dioramas of those, but there are others that they don't. Like the scale is like not the same, so it's a bit difficult. All right, so to get like a idea of what the size differences are. So A15, no, A215. Where's A2? Oh, there we are. A215. A214, 13. To be very careful over here, and so you don't trim. Okay, maybe just do a double nip here. Because we're very close to like the controls. And try to very carefully. Very gently clean those up. Again, using a chainsaw to do like detail work essentially by using this file. Same thing here. Alright, so then this one goes here. Oh, I could have put that on first and then put the guy on there. I don't know why they had to do it the opposite way. It's not going in absolutely. Okay, hold on. Maybe that's why. Because it's not going in. Oh, there's like a tiny gap. Which I guess might be fine, but I guess the guy being on there prevents it from going in all the way. Okay, that may be on purpose. Let's just leave it alone for now. And now A214. Did I get A214? Yes, I did. Just smooth out the nubs on the curve there. But yeah, my backlog is gonna probably still last another year or two at the rate I'm going. Like, it's been reduced quite a bit since I started building these things. While doing the live stream and stuff. Okay. Okay, it goes in there. And that's not. Let's try not to break anything here. There we go. Use a stick where your fingers can't reach. Try not to break the stick or the plastic at the same time. It's like a very thin part. Like the parts are like kind of thin here. And that one goes. Let's try to get this polished without remove the nub without damaging the detail. It's kind of difficult. Alright, and then that reaches in here. And of course, it's a very thin part. Somehow I managed to get it on there. You're gonna have to hold this. Probably should have put these two together and then try to put them together. Yeah. Oh, that's where it goes. There's a little rectangles there. Well, triangles. I think those go on there. Does it? Oh no, they go in all the little triangles go on the inside. Given how simple this thing, I might do that. I don't know though. A2. Yeah, most of the parts are from 2004. One of the runners are stamped in 2014, so which means that these are all from. Most of them are from like the original TIE Fighter. So 14. No, A210 and A211. A210. Let's get some. Let's think about this for a second. So, like, if you put stickers, it's gonna make it difficult to paint later because if you use like acrylic paint, which is water-based, or even oil-based, anything will make the stickers like fall out. So, generally, I would say don't until you're actually sure how you want to paint these things. So I guess for now I'm just gonna leave that alone. now it's just like building it as a preview. Because I want to eventually be able to... Oops, what the hell just happened? And so definitely broke. That's how far we'll go, I guess. Is it gonna go further? The problem is, like, you got this little peg and you have the seat in the back. I guess that's far we'll go. Okay, let's leave that alone. And then 12. Like, yeah, very, very... well, I don't think I've ever broken... Or maybe I'm forgetting. I haven't broken, like, a Star Wars piece parts, because some of those are very thin.
From YouTube, Gavin Blackburn said 1D liked to see this next to the Revel TIE Fighter Easy Kit, sometimes quoted as 111 scale, sometimes 165 scale.
That's like a big... Oh, 110.
From YouTube, Gavin Blackburn said 110.
That's like a big jump, 111 to 165. Yeah, 110 would be like half the size, essentially. About. I don't really do the Revel kits, because the Bandai kits exist, and like, why would you? And they're cheaper too, usually, than the Revel kits. So why would I even? I know, local. Well, no, Revel does make its stuff in China. It's not like they're made in the US or whatever else. And is that it? Okay, that's it. Okay, I probably should have pre-drilled that. Let me just go back and pre-drill. I do not like how tight this fitting was. Okay, that would be... seems like a number 4. Over here, we pre-drill parts. That was number 3. That was number 4. 4.5 maybe. I like to pre-drill parts a bit, so, well, at least like shave off a little bit, so the parts are a little bit looser when they are connected, which makes it easier to take apart later on. That's still snap together, but I guess it's a little bit easier. There you go, our guy in his space coffin. But yeah, I do have like the 172 scale X-Wing somewhere.
From YouTube, Gavin Blackburn said over here in Europe Revel are cheap and Bandai are expensive and very hard to find.
Oh. Damn. Yeah, I mean, they are, in the US, they are kind of, well, they're not hard to find, but they are overpriced. Sometimes you get them for cheap when they, especially if someone's like, most of the ones I have, I bought back in the day when you could still get stuff from Japan directly. So now we need B17 and B216. So I got B216 here. Yeah, I got mine like from Japan. Like basically like small shops. Back when Amazon allowed like basically merchants to sell directly on Amazon. So you would have like small shops from Japan selling Star Wars kits. And you could buy them directly from them and it would be shipped from Japan. From the small hobby shops, which was fun. But these days, really, I feel like you can't do that anymore. And this is B17. Yeah, this kit is very, very simple. This is like probably the simplest Star Wars kit I've built. Like even the like the stormtroopers and whatnot are more complicated than this, I feel. Get those nubs out.
From YouTube, Troy Simahoski said, "Hey yo."
Hey Troy, how you doing? Welcome. It's been a while, I feel. And nice internal mechanical detail, even though you'll never... Well, very slight details, I guess. Oh, you're gonna see that, I guess. Oh, it is visible from the outside. Never mind. I thought it was like internal details. Sometimes you get... They'll add like internal details that get covered up.
From YouTube, Troy Simahoski said, "I'm well. Just got a pet snake recently, so pretty stoked about that."
Cool. I've read somewhere you're not supposed to let them sleep through winter or something. It's because, like, well, actually, why? I can't remember. I read somewhere like you're not supposed to let them sleep. Well, at least the first when they're young. Let them hibernate. Because you might end up with a dead snake. I could be wrong.
From YouTube, Gavin Blackburn said, "The good old days. Disney stopped third-party sellers because they did not have a worldwide distribution deal with Bandai."
Yeah, Disney. I went to Disney World once. Well, recently, not too, like a few years, a couple of years ago, when they had the they added the their Star Wars section. They had that. Well, I didn't go there voluntarily. I was dragged to Disney against my will. Disney World. I complained the whole time. But yeah, they had the Star Wars section, which is kind of... I don't know, maybe it's different now, but... They did have like, well, it was, I don't think it was live, like 1-to-1 scale. Well, they had like a Millennium Falcon somewhere. It's like the Millennium Falcon from the new movies with the rectangular deflector shield thing. Well, antenna thing on the top. And it was, I think it was like small scale, but still. I was like, it feels a bit wrong the way it was. Okay, this is supposed to be metric. Why am I not having any? This is 3.2, no, 3.5, damn it. It's good to have, like, if you're building kits from Japan, it's good to have like drill bits that are metric. This is like a 3.2 millimeter drill bit. Usually they're like 1.5, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters type pegs and holes, which make them easy to... I hope that's a hole. Yeah, that is a hole. Okay. That is a peg that is gonna go here, so pre-drill that a little bit. The reason I pre-drill is to make the parts easier to separate later, because eventually I'll want to like take this apart, go in, like paint the inside at all the decals or water slide, well, stickers, decal, whatever else, and detail it properly. So you do need to like keep the option of taking this apart eventually. This is 3 millimeter. Yeah, that works. So just pre-drill that just to loosen it up a little bit. You don't want the... And besides, one of these days you're gonna end up, once you finish detailing it, you can just glue all the parts together to make sure it's all nice and tight. There you go, just slides in easily. And this is B16, I think that was B7. And 2mm, nope, 2mm here. Probably a bit aggressive on the pre-drill, but oh well. There's enough like things to hold it all together. Okay. This way or the other way? No, the other way. It has a rear view mirror. And yeah, that's a... We'll pretend that's a rear view mirror when it needs to back up in space. Does it have turn signals? I don't know. Maybe. Like, it's always like funny because sometimes you have what was the last one? The one I built like a from Evangelion. There was like a nerve, basically like a some kind of plane, well, helicopter, like VTOL aircraft from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it had like markings that you see usually on planes to like tell you where the wing, which wings is left and right, and which bit is the tail. Which is always nice. It's like a nice little detail. Very realistic. Alright, so that's... I don't know which step we're on, but we'll just keep going. So... And then... choose either A2 or G1 to affix. So you get the option of using the clear... This is for display, I guess. You have a clear part if you want to put that there. But... just to make it a little bit more realistic, I'm gonna have to add... Although you have... Huh. You have the whole frame here, which is a bit unexpected. I'm gonna see, I'm gonna try to like do this without messing it up. I'm gonna try to kind of, not exactly paint, but at least color in the frame parts here. And gently, very, very gently rub away that nub there. And I'm getting fingerprints inside, which is not good. Let me just clean that up on my t-shirt here. There we go. So now, this is not recommended, but whatever. I mean, who cares? I'm gonna do it anyway. So, just paint that there. It's raised. It's raised, I mean. Oops, and I already messed it up a little bit. You gotta be careful. And there, I say that and I make a mistake. It's not even black, it's like dark blue. Ah, damn it. Well, you can use like a Q-tip with alcohol to get this out later. I'm using a Sharpie because, I mean, you do have, it looks like you could use there's decals or stickers, but I feel like these are going to be a bit more difficult to line up on this parts there. And it should get a bunch of... Well, it's just a preview, really, of what it's supposed to look like. So I'm trying to... Yeah, you can kind of scrape that off. And use a bit of alcohol, I guess, on the tip there. Just a stick. You can use a toothpick or something. Like that. Dot on a toothpick. A little drop of alcohol and actually get stuck on my fingers, of course. I need to like get some... I do have a crocodile clip. Why didn't I use that to begin with? The problem with like holding a part while painting it is you get paint everywhere. Basically a second coat there. I could use like metallic black, I think. This is criminal what I'm doing, but oh well. It'll work. That's good enough. It's just a preview, really. I can wash this off with alcohol, a little bit of like isopropyl alcohol, and just get all the paint out, all the like whatever this is out, and use that later, and like paint it properly with like some acrylic paint. Or even if I'm feeling insane, I might try to get these decals in, which is probably impossible. Like this, decals work on like flat surfaces. But most of these decals are meant to go on non-flat surfaces. Basically, this thing, it seems. Which I don't know how the hell that's gonna work. That's definitely not gonna want to stick on there. Alright, so we need G. You can obviously put this one on there if you want. It's gonna be a bit more visible. The inside, there's no reflection glare from the wait, is that the right one? G1. Nope, this is G. No, this is A2. Not the wrong thing completely. Where is G? No, wait, this is G1. Okay. Or A7. Did I get the right one? Nope, got the wrong one. Why? But this is still hollow. A27. It's still... Well then. I guess we're gonna have to use this somehow. And it's supposed to be... it's a bit confusing. A27. Okay, hold on, let me just take a look here. Let me look ahead, just to figure out like what I'm supposed to be putting this on. Okay. No idea. So A7, what do we put on there? It seems like we need to put something, like a sticker or something on there. Well, okay, we have multiples. We have this one, which is completely black. Black and like, yeah, and this exact same thing, but gray. We got this one, which is hollow. Well, there's a hole there. Could have just given us like clear part just on the... Oh, I guess it would have interfered with these little details. You got a little hatch here with a, looks like a little thing to open it. Guess we gotta pick which part we're gonna put here. Try to smooth out that weird stress line there. She's not gonna. No. Okay, let's try to figure it out. There's two of these. Number 34. Does it say 34? I'm assuming this goes on there. Well, at least, well, actually. Yeah, that would go on there because it seems like it. Maybe on the inside? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it would fit on here. I guess I could try. Well, for now, let's go for the hollow ones. I usually prefer like the having the windowed versions rather than the open ones. But for now, we're gonna go with this just to avoid and put all the effort of ruining this part too. Alright, so we're just gonna go with this open part for now, which is already matching the expected color that this thing will be. Gently remove nubs. And place that on there. There's a little notch here for where the rear view mirror goes. And there we go. Do the same with this one. It's already the expected color. It's gonna be a pain to match this, because I would prefer to like paint this rather than yeah, paint it like on both sides, inside and outside, the gray, but I would have to like find something which matches that gray color and take me into like color match this. Gently follow the curve and remove nubs, right? That goes where? Top or bottom? That's the top. There's a little notch here which goes in here. Like so. Yeah, that's the skylight. I guess that's the extra options. So yeah, someone like they got the higher level trim for the TIE Interceptor there. They got with the skylight. Most of them don't. Like the regular trim doesn't have a skylight. And on the bottom here, oh, this thing, what the? Oh, that's weird. There's it's like a locking mechanism, I guess. Get the nubs out. Make sure the circle is circular. Doesn't have little jagged bits sticking out. Don't overdo it though. There we go. Now the thing here is like it's a locking mechanism, so you put it on there and then you turn it apparently. Which way do you turn? I guess this way. Which way does it go? So this is a 217. Oh, actually we need to. The fun thing about these Star Wars kits, in the instructions says check, check. Make sure you have it the way it is supposed to look like. And it sees that we missed a check. So we need B14 and B14 and B214. This is only fit in certain ways, so just make sure. With the, oh yeah, check on the instruction there. Alright, so we got this holding it this way. This one, because they're not exactly the same. They're not the same thing on there. It's like a different random doohickeys. This doohickey has a little button, and this little doohickey has a bunch of other weird doohickeys. Well, it's not a button. No, like a gigantic button if it was a button. We got this little thing here on the other side. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. It's kind of barely holding on there. Try pressing that in a bit more. Yeah, it does look like I'm gonna have to glue this. It's like barely holding on to there. I didn't drill anything, so it's weird. Okay, at least it's not falling out. Okay. Yeah, it feels like this could just fall out. Okay, it's staying. Okay, never mind. Okay, so check, it says. Oh, these Russian. Yep, I've checked. Now we need B16. And A217, which is the one we already been fiddling around with, which I have now lost track of. B16, excuse me. Bumping into the camera there. Tiny part, always annoying. You have to hold and remove nubs from. Gently, very gently try to file those. That's like those are the main guns there, so. Oh, would have been easier. Okay, yeah, that's easier. Just get them on there first. There you go. get it on here first, and then trim carefully. And file carefully as well. That's the advantage of using these cheap metal files. Because the glass files, you wouldn't be able to reach in tight corners like these. Well, I don't think so, anyway. That's done. And 8270, there you go. Alright, so we need to have, once that's done, this needs, the little notch here needs to point backwards. So I'm guessing goes in that way. And locks, or tries to. Okay, that doesn't seem very good. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna remove the thing that is causing it to notch, because I don't want it to. Probably a mistake, but I'm okay with that. So like so, and there. Nope. There we go. It kind of holds the halves together, more or less. Not quite, but it helps. Alright, so then that's the thruster, which is a weird hexagon. Now we do the wings. Oh wait, no. B15. Which is the whole cover for the action base. So if you're not having it, no, you could have it like hanging from the ceiling via thin wires. Or you can have it on its base. So if you have it hanging up there, you could just have this little thing covering up the whole for the action base. Gently. You hold the piece gently so you don't accidentally snap your fingers and send us flying, never to be found again. And that goes this way into the notched area there, like so. Check, it says. Yep, we checked. Now, on the right unit, step 2. This is all step 1. Step 2. Okay, I'm gonna get this out as well because even though we're not using it right now, I'm gonna get a pile of unused parts over there. This thing doesn't have landing gear. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Did I put the wrong one? Hold on. B16. This is 826. These look suspiciously like what should be here. Maybe I don't use these. These might be for the old TIE Fighter. There could be parts in there that are unused. I'm gonna get the whole thing out anyway. Well, actually, no. By the end. Probably later. Alright, so right unit, which is C1. C1. Why are there 4 wings? Oh, the inside and the outside of each wing part. C1 and C2. Use the noise. Those are not actually wings, because the TIE fighter doesn't go in the atmosphere, unlike the X-wing. No, even the X-wing, the wings don't really provide any lift. They're not aerofoils. They're not used for these things. And one of these onto C1. Yeah, they seem symmetrical, so I guess it doesn't matter which one we use. I'm just going to clean the insides a little bit. Which is nice, like a lesser manufacturer would just give you this whole thing bolted as one piece and just tell you to put a sticker on there, just paint this part. But this one to give you separate pieces. But that doesn't explain why they can't just like give you the same thing for this kind of contraption. And then whatever these are, D1 and 2 or some such. they are the same, I guess. It seems on either side, so shouldn't matter. Well, it's not holding really. It's not really holding on there much. No, I guess it does. Let's try. Oh, one of these has to fit. Okay. Even though these nubs are going to be inside, just remove them in case they prevent parts from fitting correctly. I don't think it matters really, but because they all seem identical, so for some reason it fits easier this way than the other. Then we need from B1 we need B11, B12, B18, B110, which are all these little parts. The outer frame of the right unit, which is not a wing, it's a right unit. They have like different notches, so they'll fit differently. Well, they'll fit only one way, so you gotta line them up. So that's probably why some of them didn't fit perfectly. Okay, that's that needs to go there, and then that needs to go on top there. And that kind of holds this frame together. It's gonna have a little gap, which is a bit. figure out which one this way goes. Oops. Try it when you're pressing to be careful not to like press too hard that it bends the wing. Not the wing, the unit. What's that even for? Shields? To protect the ball. There's no aerodynamics in space. I'm probably taking my sweet time with this thing, but just want to make sure it's like all nice and fitting together there. There we go. Okay. Check, it says. Oh, I'm checking, there's little gaps here and there. Eventually you'll want to, yeah, there's like little gaps, kind of annoying. You want to like take this apart, file it down like slightly wherever there's like a little thing that's preventing it from connecting all the way, and just glue all these parts together as needed so there's no more gaps. That's eventually what needs to be done here. There's a tiny annoying gap here, which I don't even know if you can see it. Anyway, maybe the thing was too bright. Constantly need to adjust this thing. Alright, so we got one side thing, and we need B19. Just get whatever's left on here. The additional weapons, I guess, or it could be something else, not weapons. I don't know what. Just random doohickeys. I would think like the Empire would have like a more polished design. Just look at the stormtroopers. Well, even stormtroopers have doohickeys sticking out from random bits. So maybe that's just the norm. And where's the other one? This one here. I mean, usually, like Bandai parts fit together perfectly, but I guess this one's kind of very long and thin, and then again, I've had this kit for like years, and sometimes like just being left in the box, kits can like the plastic can like start to warp a bit over time, which means like even like if models are just standing on a shelf just being displayed, they could be losing their shape gradually. Yeah, these are different parts, but they fit on there. There we go. It's one arm. Let's do the other one real quick, and we should be pretty much done. I feel like it took like, what, 2 hours? Oh, we're only like 1 hour, 20 minutes in. This is like very, very short. Okay, this one's empty. Also empty. Alright. So I guess these few parts here don't actually get used. Oh, maybe they do. Oh, they don't. These are probably extras from the original TIE Fighter. That, well, you can, I guess, replace the main guns here, the things, with these ones or stick out a little bit more. Oh, ball. It is a Universal Century ball with attachments. And of course, random announcement every now and then. If you're new here, do consider subscribing on YouTube. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. That was the goal back in the day, still is. We're at like 630 something now, which is pretty huge jump, I guess, over the last year. Usually build a plastic model. Well, used to be every day, then it dropped to like every other day. Now it's like twice a week. But yeah, if you enjoy this kind of completely pointless content, do consider subscribing. And maybe tell your friends and enemies about this channel. Especially your enemies. Or random strangers on the street, just if you want reasons to talk to people. Yeah, these long, thin pieces can get like distorted. Well, they will bend sometimes, and the shape is no longer straight. Okay, I think I got all that missing enough there. That's one. Did I do this one? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Alright, let's get all these. Just make sure you don't have any kind of large nub. Well, I mean the nubs are kind of small, but still they don't want them to like cause the parts to not fit together. Okay, I should pay more attention to what's happening here. Let's see. Alright, so hold it like so. The one with the notch that's more in the middle goes down. Maybe that's, I made a mistake on the other one probably.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said it just needs the cannon on top and it's a ball. And maybe put the arms on the wings.
Okay, hold on, let me see. Let me just see if there's something underneath here.
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said it would be a good mod.
Let me see if I can get this out. I feel, yeah, this is probably a 3mm. Yeah, this is a 3mm hole. Where's the... I was just messing around with it. Where did I put it? I had the gun cannon somewhere. I don't know if we can put the... Because this is a 3mm hole, so... Or is it? Well, it is, I think. Yeah, it's a 3mm hole, so you could put something in there. So now you have an attachment point. Like, it's upside down, but you get the point. Yeah, it's just... Well, the thing is, like, Star Wars and Gundam came out around the same time because back in those days, everybody was talking about space exploration because, you know, moon landing, the space race, and all that. It's kind of a coincidence, but yeah, balls are like spheres are the most efficient shape in a vacuum. In the absence of gravity, I mean, not in a vacuum. The absence, like in gravity, is just like flat against the surface of said gravity well, the surface of the whatever object that is providing the gravity. But yeah. Wait a minute. Oh well. But yeah, so the ball from Gundam and the ball from Star Wars, basically they have similar design, but they're not. They're like, because you look at the same problem, you will come to the same conclusion, the same solution. You need like an efficient vehicle for like extra, what's it called? Basically doing stuff in space, in zero gravity and in a vacuum. I mean, yeah, in a vacuum, yeah, a sphere basically is gonna, because the forces are equal, like pulling on it like on all directions, so it's gonna default to a sphere anyway. So it makes it like a very cheap cockpit. Let's put them in a ball. They'll be fine. What the worst could happen? Some rebel scum or Xeon were gonna show up. It's a bit... Not this one? Oh. Yeah, they all have different notches, all the little sections, so you will not be able to place them somewhere else. Yeah, still kind of a little gap there, because it's like at the very end of a very long, thin piece, so yeah, it's kind of a little gap, like a misaligned part there. Let's do the other one. Let's try to get it on this side, see if that does any difference. Still a little bit of a gap. And that's about it. Almost. And this here, with the clean that up a bit. A bit of a gap here as well. We'll need to probably clamp those down and kind of add a drop of glue in there just to like close this. I mean, it looks like a little gap. Yeah. Yeah, at some point you're gonna have to clean up those parts. Wait, where's the other one? That's one more. And pop that one on there. I just need one. There we go. Actually, we still have the base to do, so I'll just do that real quick before we assemble, which is not a lot. It's just like 3 pieces need to put together. I actually also have these little thingies here. Let's get those out and try not to lose sight of them. Yeah, so basically most of these parts are from the TIE Fighter. And that goes... Oh, so those aren't the main weapons. these are. So we put that on there, on the tip there, and for a little bit of effect, you just take a Sharpie and kind of stain that a bit. Just an orange Sharpie. It's good to have like a bunch of colored Sharpies. I need to get like fine tipped ones. These are like kind of blunt. I mean, it says fine tipped on the box, but definitely not. Yeah, not fine point at all. Where's the other one? There you go. Just pop that on there on the narrow side here. And then just give that a little bit of glow, I guess. And those would go on the tips there. Carefully. Nope, no. There we go. Well, let's leave those to dry for a second here. Okay, so we got most of that. Most of all the parts off here. We got a couple of little parts left here, which is, yeah, definitely 4. I'm gonna get these off anyway so I can throw this runner away. I don't like leaving parts on the runners. Some people just throw those away, even though there's parts on them. Like the leftover parts. Just put those somewhere else. I'll do the action base. Well, the base, which is basically a section of the Death Star. Probably a second one, not the first one, because TIE Fighter Interceptors I think show up in the later, not in the first movie. You got a few, like these are just connectors for the very, like if you want to connect multiple pieces together, which I think at this point I do have. I don't know if they sell those separately, like bases like this for with like segments of the Death Star, because it does seem like it's going to be a separate, but you could probably buy those in bulk maybe. So you do have like this little thing here, you can put that on there if you want to hide this. So if you want to use this as like just a section that doesn't have a base to it. Bandai probably sell those. There's probably like there might be a Bandai thing that basically you can have like hide this, just as like a channel. So you can be like just a section of, I don't know why there's a square hole here. Looks like something would go in here. Let's see, does anything fit in there? So you do have, well, I'd hope that there's, it's copyright Lucasfilm, so it's no longer well, that was before Disney got their grubby hands all over the place. I mean, Lucasfilm wasn't all that clean either. People forget George Lucas was a bit weird about fan films. So yeah, The Mandalorian, for example, was just a glorified Star Wars fan film, if you look at it that way. Anywho. Alright, so what do I do with this? This thing's suspicious. What do I do with that? Oh, that goes in the butt. Interesting. This is supposed to be the thruster, but you can just stick something in there instead of doing anything with there. Now, let's just assemble this real quick. So this part goes there. Well, either or really. You can have just this one. Nope, you do need this one, never mind. This one goes on there. Clippy. Well, sort of. That's vertical, and then that's also vertical. So you have like different axes of motion here, so you can, hopefully without breaking this, you can have it like at different like dramatic angles, just flying around. I'll just put it all vertical for now, straight up. So that goes on here, and that becomes our base. And these can go somewhere, I guess. Yeah, does it fit in there? It looks like it would fit, but it doesn't go in all the way. There's no other... Kind of hoped you would have like something to kind of... Because there's plenty of space under here. So it would be nice if you could like... all the extra parts that you're not going to use, just like chuck them under here. So you don't... nope. Maybe? No, never mind. There's nowhere to put this. But these are basically used to connect multiple sections. Actually, let me just go for a second there. Just be right back. I'm gonna go get a another of those kits. Okay. Oops. Alright. So this is a... Well, that's a bit close though. So normally you would have a bit of distance in between them. Yeah, I wonder. I do have a few more of these. I need to find all of them at some point. Yeah, this is an X-Wing. It's a bit dusty. Game from Tatooine. Oh, bits and pieces are kind of falling off here. Yeah, I need to like fix those someday. Yeah, this is kind of a... This is the X-Wing. It's the same scale, 1/72 scale. Oops. What the hell? Get back on there. There you go. So the next wing has a little gimmick where you can... This wing has no gimmicks at all. It's a perfectly static. The X-Wing would have the wings kind of connected. Hopefully it doesn't break. Like so. Let's put that over there. So now let's just assemble... Oops. This thing just keeps falling off. What the... Let's leave that over there. Alright, so we built all the parts for our TIE Interceptor here. So I'm just going to assemble all these. It's a very simple kit in the end. Nothing particularly complicated about this. So let's just... I'm making a whole production of this, but it's really simple. So we got the ball. Very simple ball. Let's put that up. And we take a... Wait, is it left or right? I mean, it has a very complex key here, so I feel like it will only go in a certain way. There you go. A very simple thing there. Press gently, not too hard. You don't want to like accidentally crush this whole thing. Alright, there you go. TIE Interceptor. That wasn't too hard. It was a surprisingly like simple kit. I mean, then again, yeah, the TIE Interceptor is like a simple machine. I guess the TIE Fighter would also be like very simple. This would be like an octagon instead of the long pointed thing that the Interceptor has, which is like doesn't make you go faster because there's no air in space, even though you can hear the explosions for effect. Yeah, it's a very nice Star Wars Bandai kit. Comes with a nice stand. It has a little... The thruster in the back has this hexagon hole, but they give you like this little dookie here, adapter for the thing. So you can plug it directly on there and have it like so. Well, it's a bit not... It's drooping a bit unexpectedly. It's like drooping forward a little. Oh wait, no, the camera is a bit weird, that's why. Nope, still kind of drooping a bit. It's supposed to be like this. That's like horizontal, but like it's drooping a little bit. I don't know why. Oh, I guess it wobbles a bit here. No, maybe this one? Okay, let's try it that way. Nope, still droops. Maybe? Now it's like horizontal, but I guess like the other way around droops a little bit. I guess it's a problem with the stand. But you can connect the various segments of this thing together. I don't have like matching segments apparently. They probably sell them separately, but this is like to scale. This is like an X-Wing. This is the Interceptor, just for size comparison. This is the Red 5, which is the Red Leader. The Red Squadron being the squadron Luke Skywalker was in. And also we have, with the Interceptor, the Interceptor doesn't have any gimmicks, so there's not much to review. Like detail-wise, it's very, very detailed. Let me just pop that on there. It fires in like alternating patterns normally, although it does have like... If you ever played like the Star Wars games, like the old ones, like the Rogue Squadron, TIE Fighter, and all that, you would know like, well, it has different firing configurations. Like usually it's like alternate, like it fires like in X basically, like this two and these two. So that's why you only have two of these to allow, I guess, these to cool down in between shots. Yeah, so there you go. TIE Interceptor. Let me just disconnect that again. I do have Darth Vader's TIE Fighter somewhere, but I can't find it. So, and these like are the same scale, so that's why I brought this one out to show. Most of the spaceships are like 1/72 scale, like the personal spaceships, or the bigger ones are like 144 scale, like the B-wing and the Y-wing and the Millennium Falcon. But yeah, this is like a simple, nice kit if you like Star Wars, especially the original trilogy. You should definitely try to get this. Although the problem these days is that everything's ridiculously expensive, so you will need a time machine, of course. Clearly, no way around it. Oh wait, is it horizontal now? Okay, now that works. Not sure what I did, but it works. Is it drooping? Okay, now it's no longer drooping. Very nice. Alright, that's pretty much it. There's no gimmicks to this thing. It's very clean. Let's just dust these. There's like the panels, the black panels kind of show off any kind of dust quite easily. Very nice texture to them. Lots of like surface details. The well, I guess it's well known that the props that show up in the original movies are basically kit bashed. They're just models that were kit bashed together. So that's why you have like pretty random looking surface things all over the place, because you want to make it like look as, I don't know, dirty? Not dirty, busy, something. So basically, yeah, it's a yeah, that's why you have like all these like pretty random looking details all over the surface. I think like most manufacturers, other manufacturers like Revel and stuff, don't have this level of detail. I mean, I haven't like built one personally. It's just like I see the screenshots online. Well, not screenshots, the pictures online of assembled models, and you can kind of tell like it's lacking in detail. They're more like toy-like rather than like model kits you will build to display. Whereas this is like a proper model kit for display. Yeah, it's interesting you have like this thing that goes in the thruster rather than, you do have the option under here, you can like remove this little bit here, and there's a 3mm hole that you can use for directly on the action base if you prefer it that way, but I feel like this way it looks better. It's like hanging on there. This one is like under, yeah, this one is older. This is like definitely an older kit compared to this one. This was like the earlier Star Wars Bandai kit, but still the same level of details, same high level of detail. This one had like way more parts, like all these different bits and pieces like were separate parts. It's like this one was like a bit more difficult to build compared to this one, but again, this one's like much simpler shape compared to the X-Wing here. And no, this one has a gimmick where I don't know why I'm comparing it to the X-Wing, because it's natural enemies, I guess. This one has a gimmick where you can open and close the X, and like the S-foils, they're called. They're not wings, because they're not shaped like wings. No idea why they're there to begin with, but they're there. Alright, so yeah, X-Wing, and this is the TIE Interceptor. Alright, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this. It was a really short build, kind of unexpected. I thought it would be more complex, but turns out to be simple. Oh, right, what else can I say? I forgot to mention, like, you do have, right now I have, like, the viewport, the, windshield, there's no wind in this space. The thing to look out of, and I guess the roof here are, have holes in them. But you are provided with like clear parts you would have to
From
paint.
YouTube, John Ventura said a Mac call it a night. Have a good one.
Alright, John. Good night. And yeah, you have like multiple different parts here you can swap out. There's a clear part here that I kind of painted the rim of that I could probably put on there, but it's gonna add some glare, I guess. So this way is like easier to like see inside without the glass part. It's easier to look inside without the plastic reflections. So yeah, but you do have like this option to, like, if you want it to be more solid looking, like with actual glass panels instead, more glass, like solid clear parts rather than the hollow parts. That's the option. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. All I have to say about this. Yeah. Oh, right. Most of the parts are reused from like an older TIE fighter kit. The only big difference really are the two side units there, not wings, units. These are the only difference. The rest is essentially a TIE fighter, except for these two little cannon things here, which are different, but otherwise it's basically a TIE fighter with Interceptor wings. So there you go. That's pretty much it. And alright, that's it. And I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna step this up for a bit. And thank everybody who was stuck around and watch, and anybody feel like subscribing, first time viewers, do that. Nobody's gonna yell at you for subscribing. As a matter of fact, some people even thank you for it. Oh right, you do get a little cutout of a kind of pointless little cutout, just for showing you the size of a TIE fighter. Pilots are huge. I think like Luke Skywalker is about this tall. I think the figure of Luke Skywalker is about this tall. It goes up to his shoulder, I think. These look like huge guys. They probably left over from the Clone Wars or something. Alright, so we're done with that. Need a little cutout, yeah, for like scale comparison, I suppose. Wish I would just give you actual like molded figure rather than just kind of dumb little cutouts. But I feel like most of the I can't remember if Darth Vader's didn't come with a...
From YouTube, Marcel Mendieta said okay, good night until next time.
Yeah, good night. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright, thanks for watching, and yeah, this has been the build of the Star Wars TIE Interceptor from Bandai, 1/72 scale, kit from 2016. And yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye. Good night, or good morning, or evening, or whatever it is you're having, and yeah, like, subscribe, share, the usual. You know the deal. Okay, see you guys next time. I'll just pick a kit at random again to build. It's probably gonna be the 17th, or... actually, make that the 18th, probably on Tuesday. I'm probably gonna try to do Tuesday and Fridays from now on, just like a regular schedule. Of builds, at least. The rest of the day I'm probably gonna be gaming whatever I can. Trying to like finish, well, complete stuff in Monster Hunter. So until that's done, probably playing that, and then I'm probably gonna move on to something else. This is probably we're a relaxed channel. We don't really have an objective. We're just filling in time. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, or night, or whatever. Bye.